All right, back at Beneath the Rims, in the shadow of the rims here, with Jeff Welch, sports editor of the Billings Gazette, and Lee Montana, executive sports director. And in keeping with the theme of the day, we have MSUB cross-country coach Dave Coppock hitting cleanup for us among all of our guests today. And Dave, welcome to the show. 28 years at MSUB.
Yeah, Jeff,
you are the dean around here, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the dean or just the old guy, but yeah, I've been here quite a while, and you know, I'll hang in there for as long as I can, as long as I'm relevant.
Of course, we were talking off the air. You've got a ways to go to catch Dale Kennedy, the track and field coach.
Absolutely,
at Montana State.
Yeah, he was coaching when I was in college back in the '70s. That's when I first saw him. He was out at Spokane Community College, and ended up in MSU.
Chasing a legend there, and have become one yourself here at MSUB.
I'll take that.
28 years. What stands out?
There's 28 years. About everything stands out. There are a lot of ups and downs, and I think when we added track and field, that was probably the biggest change, biggest positive change we had over the years. It was a lot easier to recruit. We got a lot more deeper squads, with men and women that wanted to compete all year and in track and field and cross country. So I'd say that was the biggest change. And then I would say the last 4 or so years where we've been going to the national championships and the NCAA finals with Robert Peterson and Del Lyle, and we've had a couple throwers over the years. So I'd say those are some real highlights as well.
Being a Billings guy, would you be able to find room for Christina Aragon on your roster?
You know, she's our neighbor, and I've known her since she used to play with our daughter when they were little. And of course, I knew her sisters, and I was hoping, if she got homesick and wanted to come back to Billings, I was pretty sure she was either going to go to Notre Dame or Stanford, or Oregon, or Colorado, or something. But I knew she really liked Stanford, so I was kind of thinking that was where it was. But you did
get a lot of unofficial visits.
I did. I have to say that. There's just in the neighborhood, and that's the NCAA, legally you can't recruit them that much, but when you just run into them in the neighborhood, which you did, that's the way it goes. So.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to recruiting here, over 28 years, has it changed? Has the level of athlete for track and field and cross country changed?
I'd say not so much. The women have gotten a lot better. The girls, high school girls, have gotten a lot better. Their teams are a lot deeper. There's a lot of really good teams right now. The Billings senior team is really strong. They had a great performance at state. So, since they, I'd say since the 90s, late 80s and early 90s, I think the women's programs especially have improved. I think when the high schools added soccer, it really diminished, mainly the guys' side, I think. There were a lot of guys out there, I think, would have made good cross-country runners, but, chose soccer. And I think that's hurt a little bit. The other thing that's a challenge for us here at MSU Billings is that there are a lot of schools that are now in the state, a lot of colleges and universities that sponsor cross country and track and field. So we're competing against them as well. So there's not that many kids in the state, small population, and then we're looking at 7 or 8 schools that have cross country and track. So it's tough. They have a lot of choices.
This is a big time of year for you. You've come off the GNAC championships, and you've got a big event coming up here that we're actually hosting in Billings on the 5th at Almond Park, the NCAA West Regional. How does it feel to be hosting that? Does that add extra work for you, and what does it mean to the program?
Yeah, first of all, it's some extra work, but it's a lot of fun, and it's really I enjoy that. Setting up a race course and getting ready for a home meet, and I like that process. And it's a lot easier this time around. We hosted the first one back in 2014, and we got the bid for 2 years. We got the bugs worked out. We know how much, flagging to put out, how many miles of flagging we need to put out, and literally miles of flagging. And it's just been a lot easier this time. And it's a big deal for this university and the community. We have a great partnership with Visit Billings through the Chamber of Commerce and School District 2. They've all been really helpful, and of course the Amon Park Management Group, they've been super this year as far as helping us get organized. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.
So what is the best way to watch a cross-country championship if you're a spectator?
If you can find a spot where you'll see the runners go by a lot, a lot of courses, they disappear and come back, maybe in about 15 minutes. Riverfront Park was kind of like that. They disappeared and ran the 2-mile loop, and then you didn't see them for quite a while. Now, Amon Park is perfect because it's you can be in the middle of the park and see any part of the course. It's within 400 meters, a quarter mile. You could see the runners go around, and then they come through the center part several times. So as far as a spectator course, it's top of the line.
What would you like to get out of it for your program?
Well, it gives us some notoriety, gives us a lot of exposure. It helps recruiting, and it just gives us a lot of credibility at the university, I think.
And in terms of performance, you've got some great athletes, obviously, some great runners who are coming in here. What do you hope for your team?
Well, our men's team has the best chance to really perform well near the top of this field. We're probably we're not in the top 10 ranking right now, but we're right behind Western Oregon. We finished right behind them at conference, and they're ranked 10th in the West region. And last year we finished 10th in the region and beat out Western Oregon, who beat us at conference. So I think our guys are a better 10K team, 10,000 meter team. They're better at the longer distances, and they're going to be at home, which is great. Sleep in your own bed. You don't have to fly around and make long connections and spend a lot of time in airports and eating restaurant food and sleeping in hotels. It's not always the best, but they'll be at home, and I think we'll have a really good chance of cracking that top 10.
All right, Dave Coppock, we wish you well next week and in your next 28 years here at MSUB. Have fun out there on the course.
That's right. I'll be here.
All right, thanks.